Okay, so hey Sid, and hello everyone. I've just got Sid here, who is a client of the Property Investment Accelerator. He signed up to the course, I think, in January, so we're sitting in March at the moment. And he just got a fantastic deal, a pretty amazing deal. I won't tell you about it, Sid will, hopefully. He just got that last week, so I asked him to do a client interview because he signed up to the course based on a client interview. So these things work, but more importantly, hopefully they actually give you value. Whoever's watching, they actually sort of provide some real substance and value to aid your property journey. And before I start with Sid, I just want to say that my son is in the other room. So if there's any screaming, that's what it is. So yeah, welcome Sid, and congratulations on a pretty fantastic deal.
Sweet. Thanks a lot, PK. Definitely your course helped a lot. And yeah, I'm glad to share my journey with everyone.
Yeah, awesome. So maybe we just start off with just tell us I don't know, like a 30-second or 1-minute version of your background. So not even like property related, where do you live? What do you do professionally? All this kind of thing, just to give some I guess, backdrop for, who you are.
Yeah, sure. Hi everyone, my name is Sid, as PK has already mentioned. And I moved to Australia around 6 years ago for my master's. So did my master's from UTS in Sydney. And yeah, I've been in Sydney for 6 years now. So I lived with my uncles when I came here, kind of supported me a lot. And I guess part of my property investment journey was because of my uncles, because they invested in multiple properties. And I kind of watched them gain some kind of passive income. Even my parents kind of invested back home in India. So they were kind of my inspiration towards property investing, I guess. And I guess in terms of work, I work in IT. So I work in a company called Canva, which is quite popular, I guess, in terms of designing, or it's a good designing software.
I use Canva for my YouTube thumbnails, so yeah.
Oh yeah, nice. Yep. I've been working in Canva for almost 10 months now. But yeah, been in IT for almost 7-8 years. Yeah, that's kind of me, I guess, professionally.
Yeah, awesome.
Yep.
Awesome, thanks for that. And look, I think the thing that strikes me most, and it happens so much, like the first call that I had with Sid, I think was in October or November or somewhere late last year.
Yep.
And so normally how it works is people schedule a call and, we just see if we're a good fit kind of thing. And Sid said no, very rudely. I'm just joking.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't rude.
No, I'm just joking. That was a complete joke. But yeah, we weren't a good fit. So, then I got a call from Sid like a month or two later saying, actually, I actually want to do it. So very open and honestly, if you don't mind, Sid, and I haven't prepared these questions, so I don't know if you're comfortable sharing or not. What made you say no the initial time and then come back later on?
Yeah, I mean, I guess as humans, I can probably start as to how I reached out to you. So I kind of followed you I guess we connected first on LinkedIn, and then I watched your content for around a week or two, and then you posted your, I guess, first client interview, which kind of tempted me to reach out to you. And after reaching out to you, I really loved that you kind of your course was based on data and not opinions, because I use data a lot at work as well. So I'm kind of a data fan. And then I guess because a good thing about our conversation was there wasn't a marketing or sales pitch, and kind of worked in good and bad ways, I guess, because for me personally, I guess if there's a sales pitch, I'm easily convinced. But because there wasn't a sales pitch, I wasn't I was convinced that it's a good course, but I wasn't 100% convinced. And then us being humans, it's quite hard to trust someone in the first instance. So I was I could probably say no to PK now, and then do research myself. So I guess I got off the call spoke to my wife, and then she was like, nah, don't waste, blah, 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 her usual thing. But then after that, I started researching and then went down like a really big rabbit hole. And then seriously like got confused more because there's so much information online and just confuses you. And there's a lot of like opinions as well. So the opinions, a lot of information, and there's like complete chaos. So I spent almost a week just researching, and then there's literally zero outcome. And then I was like, okay, I'll watch PK's videos more. So I guess you posted a few videos in the meantime. And then I was like, yeah, like let's just talk to PK and get enrolled in the accelerator course. So yeah, I guess it was like on your part, I guess it was really good that there wasn't a sales pitch, but it kind of yeah, that's why I guess I said no the first time.
Yeah, no, makes sense. And there is so much information out there. Like there's so much opinion, as you said, contradictory, conflicting advice. You just don't know where the agenda is, where the agenda isn't. I remember you texting me just a few days ago saying you're so glad that you didn't sign up with one other course that was actually cheaper than mine. I'm not going to name the company, obviously, because I'll get sued. Much cheaper course than I, but you knew you would have regretted that.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, so let's fast forward. Hopefully your wife is happy now that you did it. Why don't you share the details of the deal that you got, so you don't at the disappointment of everyone watching, you don't have to share the suburb, but like tell us about the deal, the numbers, because I know you got it like, there was offers like $30,000-$40,000 and what you got it at. You got it like within just a couple of hours in a really, really, really hot market of when it was listed. So just walk us through how you did that.
Sure. So I guess, yeah, like I kind of finalized my top 3 suburbs from the course. And then like from the techniques taught in the course as well, I was able to find really good property managers who would inspect properties for me in those suburbs. So I guess, and like when I started, I was doing like market analysis just to identify the value of the properties, but because it was such a hot market, all the properties were sold above the asking price. So I missed out on almost like 7 to 8 properties before landing this one. And I guess your advice like helped me a lot. So I guess you posted a video about making an offer before the open home. So what I was doing is I used to like a property and then ask my property manager to kind of inspect the property for me. She used to come back with a report saying, yeah, it's a good property, it will get you this much rent, blah, blah, blah. And then I would put an offer. But like when I used to put an offer, there were already like multiple offers above like my offer. And then that's why I guess I missed out on a really, like, I guess I missed out by like 4,000, 5,000 rupees. Not rupees, sorry, dollars in some instances, which is like really annoying. But I guess that was kind of a learning curve for me as well. So I gained that experience. And then your video came in at the right moment where you kind of suggested to put in offers before open homes. So like in this instance, the property came on the market at like 4-ish. And then like I'd kind of, like I was inspecting or like refreshing REA or realestate.com and even domain like every single day at work, like whenever I used to get a break, because the alerts sometimes are delayed. So I was just like refreshing the pages constantly. So this property came at like 4. I called the agent at 4:15 just to break down the information barrier and get all the information. So like he did say that like the vendor's not interested in negotiating on the price. So they're going to be expecting an offer in the price range, but he kind of hinted that they might look into the conditions and stuff. So the less conditions, the better. So I did like a bit more research, like in all the weeks, like I guess the week 2 or the suburb selection factors. I looked at all the factors and even the property factors, and they kind of matched. So I was like, yeah, okay, I can start, like I can put down an offer but start like at the lower end based on my valuation. So I guess the asking range for this one was 359 to 369. So I kind of put in an offer of like 350 or something. And then the agent was like, nah, the vendor won't accept it. You can put in an offer for 369 and get the property. But then I was like, nah, like let's try to negotiate more. I guess like I guess I've learned the skill from my wife of like bargaining or like negotiating like a good deal. So I was like, okay, let's increase the offer. So I put like an offer of 360. And then the agent was like, nah, Sid, like you have to put in at least, like the vendor has done all his calculations and then he's ready to accept 363, 500. And then I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, 363, 500 is good. So he kind of verbally accepted the offer, I guess at 6 or 7 the same day. And then luckily the agent lived nearby to the vendor. So he went to his house at 9-ish. And then he's like, yeah, the vendor's happy, blah, blah, blah. And then the next day I kind of signed the contract. So this happened on Wednesday and I signed the contract on Thursday. And they still had like an open home on the weekend. So like Saturday, Sunday, they had open home. And then my property manager inspected the property and she told me that there were like 16 groups on a Sunday.
16
and
groups.
like, yeah, 1-6. And then because like the market is really hot, so yeah, like she was like, there were 16 groups, and even the sales agent was like, yeah, there's 16 groups on Saturday, 16 groups on Sunday, and we received a lot of offers, like even offers above 400, but like we couldn't go ahead with it because you had already signed the contract. And then I guess the agent, you know, like on the listing, they're kind of like there's an agent and a director as well, or like someone higher up the ranks. So I guess the agent in this case was, I guess he didn't have an idea, I guess, like if it was a hot market or not. But then I got a call from his director then saying that, like he even asked me like, are you happy with the offer or do you want to back out? Like just trying to understand, like it was really weird because they knew that they kind of missed out on a good deal, or like they would have easily got it for, like got an offer for 370, 380 easy. But yeah, just because I kind of put in an offer and also signed the contract.
Because you said that someone also, one of those groups they gave, was it 401,000, something like that?
Yeah, 402.
402.
So it was 401,999. I was like, what the hell? Like you should just put it in 402. But yeah, like the agent told me they even received, and he was surprised that like he didn't expect the property to get like 402. But yeah, you never know. Like people were kind of desperate, I guess, at that stage.
Yeah, no, that's great. And like even though the bank valuation isn't 402, the real valuation based on what's happening on the ground, in one sense, you could say is 402, and that in that suburb, and I know has been a common occurrence. So in 3 months' time, 4 months' time, even the bank valuation will look, you know, be that, because that is really what's happening on the ground. So although technically speaking, I wouldn't say it's 40,000 under market value right now. In 3 months' time, there's 40,000 right there, right?
True.
Which is on a property of around 350,000. Yeah, that's a pretty good outcome.
Yep.
And what's the rental appraisal for that one?
So rental appraisal was 360 to 380, but the property manager is saying she's going to list it for 380 just to see if we can get someone. If we don't, then like she's like, yeah, we'll easily get someone for 360. But yeah, they're going to list it for 380.
Cool. So that's above 5% gross yield. So that's positive cash flow, tick. And like I know a lot of people have this kind of fear of not finding a tenant, right? Like so many people don't invest in property because they have this sort of thing of, what if I can't find a tenant? It's like this, you know, huge mindset barrier that they have. You live in Sydney, right? So and you bought in South Australia. This was a completely different state. You didn't catch any flights. You didn't have to rely on a buyer's agent. You did this all yourself. And tell us, Are you confident that you'll get a tenant?
Oh yes, yeah, definitely. Like I guess like the course kind of helped me gain a lot of confidence. Like I would have never imagined like investing, like even in the same city, I wouldn't have invested in like a different area, an area where I've never lived or never visited. But like the course kind of enabled me to buy a property in a different state, in an area where I've never gone. Like I've never visited South Australia. I should go there once. But yeah, like it really helped me gain that confidence. And also, I guess in terms of, it kind of also helped me form a team. So finding the right property managers, finding the right building and pest inspectors who can inspect the property. So yeah, like to answer your question, no doubts about like finding a tenant, because like I guess even the vacancy rate in that suburb is super low.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I guess demand is high and there's like literally no supply. So finding a tenant shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, good to hear. No, good to hear.
Yep.
A lot of it's about confidence, like a lot of people don't take action just because of a lack of confidence. So
Yep.
that's sort of half the story. And, just very honestly, I just had a call today with a potential client, much like our initial call late last year. And he didn't sign up with me because he's not confident in negotiating. So he said, look, PK, I know that your course is based on data. I know that I'll select the suburb, the property, but I don't have confidence in negotiating. I need someone that does that every single day, every day as their full-time job, as their career, to do that on my behalf. And for that, I'm happy to pay twice or three times the cost of your course. Now, I don't like to be too marketing or salesy on the call. So I was like, look, yeah, that's your call. But what would you say, someone who's actually done it, actually got a good deal? Did you learn negotiation? Did you find it fun to negotiate? Did you negotiate well?
Yeah, I guess like based on the result, I would say I negotiated well, but only time will tell, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, like at least it gave me the confidence to negotiate. Like, yeah, it's surprising that like I'm not good at negotiating like in day-to-day life, I guess. But like in terms of property investing, at least I'm super confident in terms of negotiating and also finding the right value for the property, and then starting the negotiation journey. Because sometimes it's really hard to negotiate if it's a hot market. But then if you find a property which kind of lacks a few things, then there's a lot of room for negotiation. So it all depends. And then you kind of gain that clarity from the course. So it's really good.
Yeah, awesome. Because I know that what I was really happy about was when you said that the agent came back and I think they wanted like 360 or 370 or something. And ordinarily you would have just said, yeah, look, you know what, just take it. It's just $5,000 or $10,000, but you held your ground. So perhaps it wasn't so much the negotiation, although, you were able to hold your ground, more so the confidence that came from understanding the property's true value. And that was your anchor, and you weren't going to be budged just by someone else's negotiation tactics.
True. Yeah, kind of helped like doing the valuation for the property because I didn't want to overpay. Like 369, I guess, wasn't overpaying based on like the condition of the property and the suburb, and I guess it was fairly new as well, like built in 1995. So I guess 369 was still okay, but like I guess didn't want to overpay and found the right, I guess, value of the property. And even like got an estimate from my broker, which was like a desktop valuation. So that came to be 350, which is still, I guess, close to 369. So yeah, I was fairly confident that I would get a deal for much less. Not much less, but at least like, a few $1,000 less.
Good, awesome. All right, well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's so many clients of mine watching this that will watch this, and also non-clients. Is there, what's kind of one piece of advice that you can give to both my clients and also non-clients that can genuinely help them? Like, putting aside the sales and marketing thing, like what is one thing that you're now on the other side, having got a really good deal, what can you share with them to help them get a really good deal?
Yep. I guess like you just have to like yeah, I don't know. Like in terms of advice, I guess I would say it's really important that you kind of understand property investing, like, and also understand researching about property investing, because you can research for 10, 20 hours and gain nothing or get more confused. But if you research I guess, and in terms of the course as well, because I kind of really like the course, the way it was structured. And I guess if you research along those lines, it will definitely help you. I guess that's for your non-clients. But like in terms of your clients, I guess you've kind of done really well, like finding out or shortlisting your suburbs or top 3 suburbs. You just have to, I guess, experience or like, yeah, I don't think like anyone, like there might be people, but like it's really hard to get like a good deal in the first go. So like at least from my experience, it took me around like 7 to 8 deals or 7 to 8 offers to get a good deal. So I guess just keep trying and then the results will just come, I guess.
Yeah, no, well said. Patience and persistence is really what you need.
Yes.
You didn't need it so much last year, but in this hot market in 2021, you're not going to have an amazing under market deal, in a growth suburb in your first offer. It's going to take time. So
true.
You said, no, well said. And
Yep.
yeah, so then more on the sales and marketing side, what would you say to someone who's, kind of on the fence about doing the Property Investment Accelerator? It's really expensive course. You still have to do the work. I'm there to help you. But you're not just outsourcing it to a buyer's agent. So what would you say to someone that's kind of thinking, hey, why should I pay all this money? Why not just, pay another $10,000 or $5,000 and go to a buyer's agent?
Yeah, I guess like if you're educated, you kind of make the right decisions and then you don't have to blame anyone else. Like the only person you can blame is yourself. And then I guess in terms of the course as well, because it's based on data, there's no opinion involved. So you can always trust data. And then we're not just looking at the current data, we're looking at the trends as well. So following those patterns really help. And like just taking the course into consideration, it kind of helped me form a strategy. I had no idea there's like a strategy to property investing, to be honest. So it kind of helped me formulate that strategy or create a strategy to understand how many properties I'll need to get like or to become financially free or to gain like a significant passive income. So it helped me a lot, like in terms of formulating a strategy, creating a strategy, or even like creating a team, because like property investing, as you've said multiple times, is not like it's basically a team sport. So you kind of need multiple people to help you in your journey. So help me formulate a team as well. And yeah, like gave me a lot of confidence so that I can take the decisions based on data and then based on my gut feeling. I don't have to rely on someone else's opinion or someone else's education. It's all by myself. And that kind of gives you, I guess, a good feeling. Even if things go wrong, you're the only person that you can blame. Because like I personally don't like blaming others. So yeah, I would kind of love that aspect.
Yeah, well said. And it's very rewarding, at least for myself, when I built the system just for myself and it worked. It was very rewarding doing it yourself. You get a bit of a kick afterwards.
True. It's a different sense of satisfaction, basically. Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Feels good.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, yeah, thank you. Thanks for making the time, Sid. Yeah, like I said, it was great to help you. You're Facebook messaging me, emailing on our private community for our clients. So it was good to help you. And yeah, like you're a, how do you say, an example of a client that's, just does the work, doesn't get distracted with all these different, podcasts and books and things, just follows the system, trusts the system, follows the data, gets the result, and then hopefully in 6 months time or 12 months time or whenever you're looking for your next one, you can just rinse and repeat. I'm still obviously here to help, but I don't think you need me so much anymore.
No, but it is tremendous help. Like just bouncing off ideas. Like I was kind of confident, but like just sharing them with you helped make me like an informed decision, I guess. So it was really good that you are always like available on Facebook or emails or even the system or the app. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time. And for everyone watching, thanks for watching. If you have any questions for Sid or me, just leave them in the comments below, whether you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, wherever, or Instagram. And if this gave you value, then the best thing to do in social media is to subscribe or like or love, and that way more people can see it, more people can, it reaches more people, and more people can get value. Obviously, this is a sales and marketing thing for me, but hopefully it's actually provided some genuine nuggets of wisdom and gold as well. So once again, congratulations, Sid. I think I need to turn up the sales and marketing based on our experience with you. But I'm glad you signed up and got a good result.
Yes, definitely.
All right, catch you later.
Cool. Thanks, PK. See ya.